लेसन का नाम है लॉस्ट स्प्रिंग। बचपन से संबंधित है। किससे? बचपन से। सेकंड वाली लाइन पढ़ो, स्टोरीज ऑफ स्टोलन चाइल्डहुड। चाइल्डहुड यानी क्या होता है? बचपन ही होता है। तो ये चीज़ किससे संबंधित है? बच्चों से। क्लियर है बिल्कुल। यानी कि छोटे बच्चे से संबंधित यहाँ पर कोई स्टोरी हमें देखने को मिल सकती है। अब क्या है क्यों है वो तो अपन उसके लिए अलग से क्लास रखेंगे स्टोरी की। उससे पहले हम फर्स्ट स्टेप में इसकी रीडिंग कर लेते हैं, ठीक है। ऑथर के बारे में जानना जरूरी है नहीं इसमें। अगर कोई स्टेंजा होगा उसमें हम ऑथर के बारे में पढ़ लेंगे, अभी जरूरी नहीं है। करें स्टार्ट? यस। सम टाइम आई फाइंड ए रूपी इन द गार्बेज ना। गार्बेज यानी क्या होता है? गार्बेज जो बेग BAG होता है ना, बेग या गार्बेज, ई लग रहा है, पहले एज गिन लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
गार्बेज यानी गरीब, कचरा बीनने वाला।
हाँ, उसी से रिलेटेड है। वाई डू यू दिस? आई आस्क साहेब whom I encounter every morning, surrounding for gold in the garbage dumps of my neighborhood. Sahib left his home long ago, sat amidst the green field of Dhaka. His home is not even a distant memory.
भैया ये क्या है? आप क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं?
डिस्टेंट मेमोरी। एक स्टेंजे में पढ़ लेता हूँ, एक तो पढ़ लेना, ठीक है। अभी जो पढ़ रहा हूँ क्योंकि बहुत सारे इसमें वर्ड्स होंगे वो रिपीट होंगे, तो ये मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ, अगला वाला स्टेंजा तू पढ़ लेना, ताकि कोई भी एरर्स आगे, क्योंकि बहुत चीज़ें इसमें रिपीट होगी, है ना। ये देखना बहुत सारे वर्ड्स बार बार रिपीट होंगे, तो थोड़ा सा मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ, थोड़ा सा तू, ठीक है ना। तू भी देखती जा ध्यान से, कहाँ किसको क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ। वैसे तेरे को आता होगा, लेकिन 100% तेरे को ही नहीं आता है, ये बात तो मैं ही जानता हूँ। तो इसीलिए एक बार तू देख ले और अगला पैराग्राफ तुम पढ़ लेना, ऐसे रखते हैं। बाकी साथ साथ पढ़ने में थोड़ा सा एंजॉय कम आएगा, ठीक है। पिछली बार साथ पढ़ा था, इस बार थोड़ा सा और अलग ट्राई करेंगे, अगली बार और अलग ट्राई करेंगे, ठीक है। हाँ हाँ, फिर तुम 2 बार पूरा पढ़ लेना, 3 बार पढ़ लेना, कि मैं 1 बार पढ़ूँ तू 10 बार पढ़ लेना, ऐसे कर लेंगे, मजा आ जाएगा, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, हिज होम इज नॉट इवन ए डिस्टेंट मेमोरी, देयर वर मेनी स्टॉर्म्स दैट स्वेप्ट अवे देयर फील्ड्स एंड होम्स, हिज मदर टेल हिम, दैट्स वाई दे लेफ्ट, लुकिंग फॉर गोल्ड इन द बिग सिटी where he now lives. I have nothing else to do, he mutters, looking away. Go to school, I say glibly, realizing immediately how hollow the advice must sound. There is no school in my neighborhood. When they build one, I will go. थोड़ा थोड़ा सा साथ में फील भी करते जाना कुछ वर्ड्स। एक मिनट रुक जा।
If I start a school, will you come?
नहीं, थोड़ा सा मतलब रट विद्या, थोड़ा सा मतलब एक फील लेते पढ़ो, है ना। जैसे ऐसे, if I start a school, will you come? ऐसे।
I ask.
Half joking.
Yes,
he says, smiling broadly. A few days later,
I see him running up to me.
I see him running up to me. Yes.
Is your school ready?
Is your school ready? ऐसे सीखना है, ऐसे प्रैक्टिस करनी है, ठीक है। तभी थोड़ा जो लगेगा और यार इसको तो इंग्लिश आती नहीं, अच्छी आती ऐसे। नेक्स्ट, इट टेक्स लॉन्गर। हाँ यही है, इट टेक्स लॉन्गर
रुको मैं भूल गई लेकिन क्या बोला
if it
it
takes longer, it's take longer
is take longer
to build a school.
to build a school. I say क्या है say
I say embraced
it
at having made
a promise that was not meant. But
promises like
men abound in
every corner of his bleak world. After months of knowing him,
I asked him his name. Sayadi
Alam.
He
He announces
he does not know
what it means. वो नहीं जानता उसका मतलब क्या है, अर्थ क्या है.
if he
Knew its meaning. हाँ, न्यू है कि ये साइलेंट है. हाँ.
its meaning.
Lord of the universe. Yes. He would have a.
अरे भैया मैंने तो क्या बता दिया.
हाँ, पढ़ो ना साथ साथ, रिपीट करो, ऐसे ही याद होगा. हाँ. He would have a hard time believing it. Unaware of what.
अरे भैया धीरे धीरे नहीं पढ़ना आता मेरे को.
Unaware. धीरे धीरे नहीं पढ़ना आता है, जो तेजी से पढ़.
His name
represents. हाँ, जल्दी जल्दी पढ़.
He roams the streets
Streets
with his friends.
and an army of
barefoot boys who appear like this morning
birds and disappear at noon. Over the months,
I have come to
recognize each of them. Why are not you wearing chappals?
Why are you wearing?
Why are not you wearing chappals? तुमने चप्पल क्यों नहीं पहन रखी है?
I asked on my mother did not bring them down from the shelf. She answers simply. उसने ऐसा उत्तर दे दिया था. Yes. Even if she did, he will throw them off. Added another. How is who is wearing shoes that do not match. जूते तो पहन रखे थे लेकिन मैच नहीं खा रहे थे, ऐसा कुछ सुनने को आया. When I comment on it, he shuffles. Shuffles क्या है? हाँ, SHU shuffles. He fit and says nothing. I want shoes. Says a third boy. How has never owned a pair all his life. Traveling across the country. Traveling across the country. I have seen children walking. WALKING वॉकिंग बोलते हैं इसको
W और का है तो
हैं
वॉकिंग हवा वॉकिंग
हाँ
barefoot in
cities
cities
on village roads.
It is
not lack of money but a tradition to stay barefoot
to stay barefoot
is one explanation. I wonder
is one inflation.
I wonder
if this is only in
excuse to explain away a perpetual state of poverty.
perpetual
State of poverty. अब मेरे साथ पढ़ना ठीक है. I remember a story. A man from Udipi. Udipi है ना? हाँ. हाँ. Once told me as a young boy he would go to school past an old temple
As a your boy, he would go to school past an old temple
where his father was a priest.
where his father was a priest.
He would stop briefly at the temple and pray for a pair of shoes.
He would stop
Briefly,
at a temple and pray for a
भगवान से प्रार्थना कर रहा था कि मेरे को एक जोड़ी जूते दे दो.
pair of shoes.
30 years later, I visited his town and the temple.
30 years later, I visited his town and the temple,
Which was now drowned in an air of
which was now drawn in a
air of
desolation.
Desolation. हाँ. In the backyard where lived a new priest.
In the backyard where lived the
New priest. There were red and white plastic chairs.
There were red and
White plastic chairs.
white plastic chairs.
A young boy dressed in a grey uniform wearing socks and shoes.
A young boy
Dressed in a uniform wearing socks and shoes. Next, wearing socks and shoes. Arrived panting and threw his school bag on a folding bed. नहीं, ये जो मतलब फुल स्टॉप होता है ना वहाँ रुकना रहता है. मैं कोमा पे भी रुक रहा हूँ तेरे लिए.
Arrived panting and
थ्रू
his school bag on
स्कूल के थैले को फेंक दिया. स्कूल के थैले को फेंक दिया. अरे फेंक दिया बोल रखा है ना, थ्रू नहीं फेंकना होता है. नेक्स्ट, लुकिंग एट द बॉय. I remembered the player another boy had made to the goddess when he had finally got a pair of shoes.
I remember the player
Prayer, P-R-A-Y-R, prayer
another boy had made to the greats when
to the goddess
when he had finally got a pair of shoes.
pair of shoes.
A pair of shoes.
Let me never lose them. Let me never choose them. Let me never lose them. मैं अब उन्हें खोना नहीं चाहता हूँ उन जूतों को.
Let me never lose them.
हाँ. The goddess had granted his prayer.
The had granted his prayer.
Young boys like the son of the priest now wear shoes.
A young boy like the son of the priest now wear what?
Shoes. But many others like the rake pickers in my neighborhood remain shoeless. यानी जूते के बिना. बोलो.
But many another like the
remain.
remain.
क्या बोल रहे? हाँ, rake pickers
Rake pickers in my
neighborhood remain shoeless. My ACQUA acquaintance with the barefoot rake pickers leads me to Simapuri. ये बात.
ये क्या है? इसका अरे भैया थोड़ा थोड़ा शब्द बोला करो ना, मैं तो नहीं आता.
ऐसे ही तो सीखेंगे. पहले थोड़े थोड़े बोला इस पार्ट में और ज्यादा, फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम अपन थोड़ा सा कोमा पे रुकेंगे, फुल स्टॉप पे रुकेंगे. इससे क्या तेरा थोड़ा फ्लो बन जाएगा.
वापस बोल भाई. क्या है?
My acquaintance with the barefoot rake pickers leads me to Simapuri.
अरे ये सीमापुरी नहीं, ये वापस बोलता. माय का क्या है?
AQU acquaintance
with the barefoot
rake pickers leads me to Simapuri. जोर से बोल.
सीमापुरी.
और जोर से बोल.
पानीपुरी.
हाँ. A place on the periphery of Delhi yet miles away from it.
A place on the
periphery
of Delhi yet miles
away from it. Metaphorically. देखो META मेटा PHO फेरोकली है ना. फेरोकली. हाँ, परोकली. खुश. Those who lives here are squatters who came from Bangladesh back in 1971. पता चला कुछ?
Who when live there.
बांग्लादेश वाले भारत में घुसे थे, उससे रिलेटेड कुछ देखने को मिल रहा है.
Squatters who come from Bangladesh back in 1971. नहीं है, मैं बताऊँ. ये बांग्लादेश वाला अलग है. ये लड़का रहता है जो बांग्लादेश, तो वहाँ से यहाँ.
हाँ, ये यहाँ आए थे ना, स्थानांतरित हुए थे, वो स्टोरी है ये. नेक्स्ट. Saheb's families among them. Simapuri was then a
पॉइंट आ गया, रुको.
wilderness.
Asim Saheb family in among them. Simapuri was then a
wilderness. It still is, but it is not longer empty.
It is not longer
empty.
empty.
In structures of mud with roofs on tin and tarpaulin devoid of sweat, drainage or running water. पढ़ो इसको. In structures of mud
with
roofs of tin and tarpaulin devoid of sewage. हाँ. Drainage
or
running water. Leave 10,000 rake pickers.
Leaves
10,000 rake pickers. They have lived her for more than 30 years without an identity. They have lived here for more than 30 years, 30 years,
30 years without
and identity,
without permit,
but with ration cards that get their name on voters
with ration card they get their names on voters
list and enable them to buy grain.
list and enable them to
Buy grain.
buy
Food is more important for survival than an identity. If at the end of the day we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach. फूड से स्टार्ट करो, फूड से स्टार्ट करो.
food is more important
For survival
than
and identity. If at
the end of the day we
can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach. We would rather live here than in the fields that give us no grain.
We would
Rather live here than
in
Then
the
fields
that
that gave us no grain. Say a group of women in the taters. Taters है ना. Saris, when I ask them why they left their beautiful land of green fields and rivers.
Series, when I ask them why they left their beautiful land of green
Fields and rivers. Whenever they find food, they pitches their tents that become transit home. Whenever
they feed food, they
find food,
they pitch
their tents that become आगे क्या है पढ़ो. Transit homes. Children grow up in them becoming partner in survival.
Children grow up in them becoming partners in survival.
And survival in Simapuri means rag picking.
And
Simapuri
survival in Simapuri
means rag picking. Throughout the years, it has acquired the properties of a fine art. Garbage to them is gold, it is their daily bread. A roof over their heads, even if it is a leaking roof. But for a child, it is even more.
Over their heads, even if it is a
Leaking, पानी गिर रहा था.
roof, but from a child it is even more.
I sometimes find a rupees, even a 10 rupees note. Sahib says, his eye lighting up. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage.
बोला
Continue.
I something find a rupee.
I sometimes find a rupee.
Even a
10 rupee note. साहेब से साहेब कहता था 10 रुपए का नोट भी मिल जाता तो उसकी आंखें चमक उठती। अरे ये क्या हो गया?
lifting up. When you can find a silver coins in a
heap of garbage.
You
don't stop
prolonging.
हाँ बोलो. Stronging of there is hope of finding more.
Stronging for there is hope of finding more.
It seems that for children garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents. For the children it is wrapped in wonder. For the elders on it is a means of survival.
It seems that for children garbage कहाँ पढ़ने लगी? सही पढ़ रही हूँ?
पढ़ो.
Garbage has a meaning different from what is meant क्या है?
Meaning difference from what is a means to their parents.
अरे भैया कहाँ पे चले गए?
पढ़ ले लास्ट की 3 लाइन.
हाँ सर पता चल
अच्छा तुम ऐसा सोचते हो सर हमने ज्यादा पढ़ा इसको कम पढ़ा क्यों? क्लास दोनों के इक्वल होगी ना.
For the children it is warped in water from the hydrate. It is a means of
survival. Yes. Next.
भैया यहाँ से कल पढ़ेंगे.
One winter morning I see Sahib standing by the fence gate of the neighborhood club watching 2 young men dressed in white. करो read.
Once water morning.
Winter सर्दी.
Winter कहाँ पे है भैया? Once winter.
अरे तू आई ना ये डिस्टर्ब हो रही. भावना बैठ जा आराम से इसकी क्लास खत्म होने दे.
Standing by the fence.
ये भावना ज्यादा परेशान करे तो किताब इसको पकड़ा देना.
ये क्या है भैया? नाइट बोट रूड क्या है?
कहाँ पढ़ रही है?
नाइट बोट रूड देखिए.
नेबरहुड क्लब.
नेबरहुड काउ. watching 2 young men.
हाँ young men dressed
in white.
Playing tennis. I like the game. He hums. हाँ पढ़ो.
I like this. तू चुप रही रे. I like the game. He hums.
Content to watch it standing behind the fence.
बस content to watch it starting. I go behind the fence.
बस ये पता पढ़ लेंगे तो कल आधा 50-50 हो जाएगा. ठीक है? नहीं ये पता आज कंप्लीट कर लेंगे तो फिर कल अपने लेसन कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. बाकी एक दिन और बिगड़ेगा.
ना कल नहीं कल पूरा हो जाएगा.
ठीक है तो ये आज पढ़ लेते हैं. ठीक है?
अरे कल पूरा हो जाएगा.
ना ये पता आज पढ़ लेते हैं.
अरे भैया क्या
ये पढ़ लेते क्योंकि फिर क्वेश्चन आंसर आ रहा है ना. फर्स्ट पार्ट इसका कंप्लीट हो जाएगा.
आई गो इनसे
1 मिनट. हाँ इसको देना. हाँ तो पढ़ ले. हाँ आई गो इनसाइड.
हाँ when no one is around he
हाँ
admits कहाँ पे ये admits the
gatekeeper
lets me use the
swing.
Sahib to be watching.
Is wearing tennis shoes
that look strange over his
discolored shirt and shorts. someone
give them
gave
gave to me
gave to नहीं है gave them to me
he
says
in the
manner of an
manner of an
explanation
explanation,
the fact of that
the fact of
they are
they are
discarded
shoes of some rich boy who
perhaps refused
refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them does not bother him from on how
नहीं who
who has
walked barefoot
barefoot
नहीं barefoot even shoes with a hole
in a dream
in नहीं is a dream
come
true
मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा
हाँ।
है कुछ भी but
नहीं but
the game the game he is watching so
intently
is out of this reach
these नहीं
is okay this
continue
this morning Sayed is on his way to milk both in his head is a steel
canister
I now work in a
tea stall down the road he says pointing in
the distance I am
paid 800 rupees
rupees
and all my meals.
Does he
like the job
the job? I ask his face. I see him lost the
carefree look
carefree look.
the steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder.
The bag was his. The canister
belongs to the
man
who owns the tea shop. Sahib is not longer his own master.
Sahib is not long his own master.
I want to drive a car.
I want to drive a car.
मुकेश
भैया ये दूसरी कहानी शुरू हो गई यहाँ से कल पढ़ेंगे
चलो करो
कल पढ़ेंगे ना
अरे ये बत्ता पूरा करो
मुकेश instead on big his own master I will be a master making
I will be a motor
पता है
मास्टर बना रही है मोटर को
motor mechanic
हाँ he announced do you know anything about cars I ask I will learn to drive a car he answers looking straight into my eyes his dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his own Firozabad famous of his Bengals famous for its Bengals every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making Bengals. It is a center of India's glass blowing industry. Where family
कहाँ है?
तो क्या है
Family.
हाँ families spent gratifications working around furnaces welding glass making bangles for all the women in the land इट सीम्स। ओके,
खत्म।
ये पैराग्राफ
जरा
खत्म।
forward कर।
अपना उद्देश्य था सिर्फ रीडिंग करना।
कर्जा खाली करा देंगे।
स्टोरी अपन बड़े मस्ती से याद करेंगे, ठीक है, और प्रश्न उत्तर भी बड़ी मस्ती से याद करेंगे। तो ये अपना वर्क हो गया है, ठीक है।
जा सुती हूँ। हाँ रीडिंग कर लेना बस आज।